4th and 7. Mahomes running for his life from Khalil Mack. Throws to a wide open Hollywood Brown. Inside the 10. Holy smokes.
Daniels surveying. Rifles one deep. Is he inbounds? He is Chris Moore, who was just called up from the practice squad before the game.
When we're winning games, we're going to have that.
30 seconds to go here in the first. Fields, great protection. Deep ball on the way. Rainbow is caught. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. He beat Slay on the play.
Through other time zones this year. Second down off the play fake. Murray looking to throw. Murray looking long to the far side of the field. And it is caught. Marvin Harrison inside the 15-yard line.
Colts take over at their own 42-yard line. Jones to the air on first down. Deep shot for Alec Pierce. Great adjustment. Was he inbounds?
I think
yes!
He was.
What a catch by Pierce.
3rd and 20. They mark it at the 25. They bring 6. Smith underneath, and they get it. Thornton.
Yeah, she's the daughter of a former NFL All-Pro guard, Ron Stone. Here's Love, heaving it down the field. And he's got his man, he's got Dobbs.
Talking about great athletes.
3-hour highlight reel, because I mean, how do you just pick out a handful of plays with Devontae Adams?
Second down, 8, going deep. Oh, he's got him! Caught by Smith. Xavier Smith lassos a 36-yard Stafford throw.
With 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning.
Purdy's given time. Wants it all. Downfield. Pearsall's got it. Ricky Pearsall inside the 25. Biggest play of the day with a minute 13. 2nd and 10. Darnold. One-on-one. Smith and Jigba. They went back to Smith and Jigba, and he beat Green. 41 yards to the 14.
You know, he delivered for them when he had his back against the wall. Williams for Kmet. And they're saying that's a catch. It sure looks like it, and one heck of a catch at that.
Boy, Kraft's a good-looking tight end.
I'll say, yeah. Great year last year. Going deep again down the sideline, and the catch is not made in bounds, even though Malik Heath was there. Pulled it in, but on the chalk.
So now 2nd and 10 as Rattler changes things up. Off the play action, Rattler going down the sidelines. One-on-one coverage for Rashid Shaheed. And a one-arm grab for Shaheed with a flag down. 3rd down and a quarter of the field. Wilson lofts one down the middle. Robinson with a perfect strike. Fights his way down to the 2. And now a flag flies at the end of the play. It was Hudson and Williams pushing at the end of the play after a 51-yard hookup from Wilson to Robinson.
One of those weapons, Tyreek Hill, at the bottom of your screen on 3rd down and long. Tua taking a deep shot, throwing it down the field for Hill, and he makes the adjustment and the catch. And finally, Tyreek Hill has a catch of more than 30 yards.
They've been off the charts with explosive plays. After changing the play, Lamar backpedaling. He does this so well and then finds an opening. He runs up and throws toward the end zone. Caught! Touchdown Ravens! What a grab by the veteran DeAndre Hopkins.
Like watching the way Noah Sewell plays that position.
We're down at 8. Goff going deep. Williams, touchdown!
New set of downs at the 49. Stafford tall in the pocket. Downfield, catch made, Whittington forced out of bounds. Stafford is getting everybody involved here for LA.
Wilson going end zone. Robinson. Perfect throw. Touchdown, New York. On 4th down, 32 yards to Wan'Dale Robinson. From the Dallas 48. Wilson protected. Heaving one. Wants Neighbors. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown Giants. He dropped it in the bucket from 48. Vintage Russell Wilson. Giants lead with 25 seconds.
It's 2nd down and 13 for Knicks. 4-5 through the air. McGlinchey trying to block. Here comes the rush from Lewis. Downfield, he's got him! Caught! What a grab! Franklin, outstretched, holds it in. Downfield.
A week ago, 7 catches. That draws the attention of the defense, so they've been dialed in on trying to limit him.
1st and 10. Jones going deep. Oh, he's got him. He's got Pierce. Caught. Flag. Moss. To the 21.
The 1st and 20. 5-man pressure this time, but it's picked up. Mahomes loaded up, going deep. Has Thornton again. This time he's got it. Touchdown.
Falcons charge a timeout with that injury in the final 2 minutes. 12 seconds remaining. Atlanta bringing 5. McCarthy trying to load up and throw down the middle. There's Jefferson. JJ to the 33-yard line with time.
Well, he keeps mentioning the future gold jacket. He talks about Mac almost with awe. Herbert launches downfield. It's Johnson in stride. Touchdown, Chargers. 60 yards.
Fake to Corum. Stafford a deep drop. Looking long. Wants Davante Adams. End zone. He's got it. The Rams hook up on another deep shot. 44-yard touchdown. Stafford to Davante Adams.
Offensively, all 3 phases, this is one of those whitewash type games.
Going deep. Turner. Tucker. That's Trey Tucker. In for the touchdown.
A.J. Dillon replaces Saquon Barkley on 2nd and 13. Hurts down the sideline. There's Brown. He's got it against Durant.
Set up our offense at midfield and try to get ourselves a touchdown.
C.J. Stroud wide open. Collins. And it's a Sunday stroll in the park. A 50-yard strike. New ball game.
To hear the Bears, a little flip to Swift, trying to get a flea flicker. It's way up there. Williams recovers, throws a seed, has a man. It is caught for a touchdown. Luther Burden's first in the league.
When they were playing and coaching the Saints.
Darnold deep on 1st down. Smith and Jigba reels it in. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
If you ultimately decide to snap the ball and go for it, which they do.
4th and 2. The
they
fake
got
to
him.
Dobbins. They got him downfield. Look at him. They got Sutton. That's 6. Touchdown, Denver. What a play. 52 yards.
They might need to renegotiate after the season. Prescott again. Pressure comes, steps away, going to loft one deep. He's got a man. It is caught. Devontae Turpin on a beauty of a cross route, and Turpin's out of bounds. See where they put him inside the 15, right around there.
Trying to get a loss of yardage to make it a much longer field goal for Butker. Mahomes putting it up for grabs again for Thornton. That time he reached around his body to catch it at the 1. Thornton, too good.
Play action, and now this is a shot for Walker, setting up 1st and goal.
Darnold deep downfield and reaching back is Smith and Jigba.
If you get into second or third and long, a field goal doesn't kill you.
1st and 10, it's blown coverage, and it's Addison. He's down the sideline. He will take it inside the 5. Peyton Wilson saves a touchdown.
One of the reasons we've already seen a couple of downs here with 2 tight ends, and Ward under duress from Anderson, slips away from him, slings it downfield, and it's caught at the 30-yard line by Alec Iamaner.
And on the edges. 2nd and 16. Penix, pump, Penix, throw, rainbow, caught by London, flagged out.
Now it's sustaining it for the whole season.
Herbert on 1st and 10. He gets a block from Deculus. Downfield, caught, 5, touchdown. Johnston works on Belton. And Banks. 36-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers are back in business.
And here are the Bucs. They need something on offense. Just 2 field goals, including a 65-yarder today. Now it's Mayfield. Looking. Rolling. Going deep, has a man. Ibaka! He's got it! Touchdown, Tampa! From 77.
Second down and 8. Fake to Judkins. Flacco fires downfield, and it is caught by the rookie Isaiah Bond.
On 3rd and 5, Purdy floats it. Pearsall looking for separation. Did he hold on? What a catch! Inside the Jacksonville 40. Slick Rick living up to the name.
As you see Worthy motioning over on Kelsey's side.
2nd and 8. Oh, you want a vertical game? Here you go. There's Worthy deep to the 45-yard line.
They're going to start delivering some pressure. Let's see. Here they come.
Here comes some pressure. Picked up for the moment. Love taking the shot. 2 receivers, same area. Who's got it? The rookie Golden does. At the 22-yard line. Dontavian Wicks and the rookie Matthew Golden were same place, same town. Prescott gets away. Parsons chasing him. Puts it up for grabs. Coming back is Tolbert. Did he keep his feet in? Yes, he did. Ruled a catch on the sideline inside the 5.
These receivers are playing really well. Nowhere for Stafford to go for the football there.
2nd and 10. Deep downfield, reaching up for it and holding it is Tutu Atwell. Covered by the rookie Siegel. 2nd and 1. Again, the drop. Spins away. Going deep downfield. And it's Atwell who makes the catch.
That was a lot of fun. Saints and Chargers, 3rd down and 10. Wentz. Jefferson, he's got it! Justin Jefferson makes the catch in Browns territory.
Tight end in at fullback.
Play action, Rattler to the air. Looking deep down the field. Shaheed's got great speed. He's got him. Shaheed down the sideline. 10-5, touchdown. There's the home run ball for the Saints. 87 yards.
Movement at the line. There is a flag down near side Flanoy. Oh, what an adjustment. Flanoy inside the 20-yard line. He got around Adams. It's a 1st down, Dallas.
1st down here for Baltimore at the 40-yard line. Fake the handoff. It's a deep shot. Rush looking, and Zay Flowers turns around, gets up, and gets away. Flowers is tackled inside the 5. Finally, a big play.
So it was not the wrong decision, just a really good design by the Dallas defense.
Prescott loads up. Pickens, hand fighting into the end zone. Touchdown! Breathtaking 43-yard strike.
Jonathan Taylor comes back in. Fake to him.
Daniel Jones is throwing, and open deep. He's got it. Inside the 10-yard line is Ashton Doolin.
I mean, you got to love this.
These teams trying to avoid a 1-4 start. Off the fake, sets, throws, Stroud, deep shot. Christian Kirk has got it. Brought down inside the 5. Malachi Starks, the safety, with the tackle. Penalty marker is thrown.
It's up at the top of the screen right there.
Play action. Tungo Bailoa has Waddle. He's open. Touchdown. Well, that was easy.
I would love to see a little bit more running and a little bit more creation in the passing game on the run from Murray in this game.
Murray goes play action, turns his back to the defense for a moment. Murray launches one towards the end zone. It is caught. Marvin Harrison.
And Darnold's picking up right where he left off coming into this game.
Fake to Walker. Chased over there by the and there's a flag down. For a catch made by Young. Holy smokes.
And now, to your point, can at the very least run out the half without giving it back. Here's Daniels. Lets one fly. Going deep. Luke McCaffrey. He's got it! Oh, what a catch. We've got another flag, though, so let's wait and see. Oh, my goodness. Luke McCaffrey.
From last season, if you can believe that, to this. 2nd down 2. Fake to Walker. Look at the time. Going deep, and he's got him. Smith and Chigba. What a catch. Beating Winfield. Oh, what a beauty. 52 yards.
Tough call right there with the 3rd down conversion.
They need the 46 of Seattle. 3rd and 13. Mayfield deep, and he's got Ibuka. He's got him. Caught inside the 5.
It's been a combination of receivers not catching it and then missing the easy ones to his open targets.
Ward this time is protected up the middle, and it's caught. Ridley on a perfectly thrown pass from Ward.
Right now, Ward is able to set his feet and throw the ball on time.
Ward puts some air under it. Up the sideline. Ridley. Cam Ward on the money.
Even if you lose the game, you want to advance your quarterback.
Diggs the motion man, bottom of the screen. May rolling that way, pointing, throwing towards Diggs, who broke free, and he's got it at the 5. Stephon Diggs kept working, out of bounds at the 4. 1st and goal, New England.
With Travis Hunter across from Hollywood Brown. Blitz. They got there. Mahomes gets rid of it. Pass is caught by Thornton, coming back to the ball.
Well, I think Anton Harrison, I think he's a rising star. He just gets better and better. Hopefully he'll be okay and be able to return.
Extra man on the rush. Lawrence is able to float it. And Hunter makes the catch.
3rd and 12. Dart in the pocket. Dart's going to go deep, and that pass is going to be pulled in at the 21-yard line by little Jordan Humphrey, who was just elevated to the active list. Deep downfield, and that is hauled in inside the 40-yard line by Goddard.
Saints begin at their own 25. Some heat coming up the middle. Rattler on phase. He's got a man wide open. It's Olave.
So Walker's available there, Trayvon Walker, but just hasn't been very active as Darnold sets to throw. And floating one down the middle. And Smith and Jigba has it. Touchdown Seahawks.
Third down and 10. Tua taking a deep shot, looking for Waddle. Waddle's down there, and he holds on, going to the ground. A juggling catch by Waddle.
Stafford, no one's open. Takes a shot, going deep. Kyron Williams, is he in? Flags fly, he's in.
Punt of 45 yards, just beyond the
26-yard line. Darnold set to throw and wide open at the 40 of Jacksonville. A.J. Barner. Can they bring him down? Eventually, yes, inside the 15-yard line.
2nd and 1. Brissett looking that direction, but this time it's Wilson. Jump ball, he's got it! Michael Wilson working against Jonathan Edwards.
6 in the secondary, 3rd and 10 for Love. Here comes Hendrickson. There goes Love. Downfield, caught by Golden. What a catch! What a throw!
Now he has a system, and it's in place, and they're all together, and when you win, solves a lot of stuff.
2nd and 11. Going for a big ball. Down the field. Got an open target. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Taz Johnson has his first NFL touchdown and a magnificent flip to go with it.
They mainly count on James Cook for that. They fake it to him, and Allen looks downfield and launches. Palmer's got it. Josh Palmer on the first play with a huge strike down near the 30. Picked up 46 and beat Mike Hughes.
Rodgers deep down the right sideline. Had his man. That is Metcalf making the catch. So on 3rd and 11, you've got Metcalf at 6'4" going against DJ Turner. 2:30 left in the 3rd. On 3rd and 4, Flacco under pressure, going deep and hauled in. And stopped at the 21-yard line. Yosavash. Rodgers avoids the sack. Deep downfield, caught at the 35-yard line, and going all the way to the end zone is Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth, 68 yards.
Instead, it's on their own 9-yard line to start this drive. Lawrence from his end zone. Deep over the middle. He's got Brown. Big gain. And Stafford's going to throw for it. And he's got himself a receiver. And it is a touchdown. Terrence Ferguson, the second rookie to catch a touchdown pass from Stafford today.
31% of their 3rd downs. That's 9% below league average. And it's one of the worst marks in the NFL. So they convert to stay on the field. And Wentz takes a shot for Jordan Addison. It is going to be ruled a catch down inside.
Play clock at 1. Ward taking a deep shot. DK is down there. DK, touchdown! His first NFL touchdown.
He has a last shot mentality. He wants to make sure they end this half with the ball.
May taking a deep shot down the field. Booty is down there. Touchdown! What a catch! Kayshon Boutte.
Second and 10. Rattler looking deep. He's got Olave out there. Drops it into Olave and down at the 20-yard line. It is Brett Toth at center with Juergens dealing with an injury. Deep drop for Hurts, trying to find something downfield. And it's Devontae Smith. He's loose. He's got it. He is gone. Touchdown, Eagles. Lightning strike to Devontae Smith.
Their complete player come back, and that's dangerous.
First down. Mahomes steps up and launches. Open. It is caught on his back. Tyquan Thornton.
31-6. As the Browns about to get their second win of the year. Quinn Ewers just tosses it up, giving his guy a shot, and they come down with the football. Eskridge.
What a catch.
Up here with Isaiah Rodgers, one-on-one against A.J. Brown.
It is Hurts launching it. A.J. Brown is loose, and A.J. Brown has it. And that might
have sealed the game for Philadelphia on a huge third down conversion.
96 and then 2020. Dalton, sideline for Leggett, and he's under it, and he's got it, and that is a first and a finish for Carolina.
Tracy the back. Good cup. Now here he goes, winding up, going. He's got him! Touchdown! Bellinger! Holy smokes, he was wide open. 44-yard touchdown strike. And the Giants are on the board first in Denver.
Missed 4 games with that elbow injury. This turns into a 3rd and 17. Jones, a deep drop. Step, throw, deep shot. Jones, he's got a man open. Over the shoulder, it's Pierce. Big play.
Get it for the 4th time. Prescott, a lot of time, airs it out deep down the field. CeeDee Lamb breaks the tackle. No one home. Touchdown, Dallas.
Lost Mike Hilton, shoulder injury, suffered week 5 against Las Vegas. Had some injuries in the preseason. Herbert out of the pocket on 2nd and 10. Downfield throw is handled on the sideline. Keenan Allen with the toe tap.
3rd and 5. Daniels can't find anyone. Now throws it deep. He's got Lane wide open. It's the catch. There's a penalty flag on this route. So let's see what it is. But for now, Jalen Lane hauls it in for a first down.
3rd down and 23 for the Cardinals. Penalty marker. There was movement prior to the snap. Whoa! As the catch is made by Zay Jones.
1 timeout left for Dallas. After the sack, it's Prescott. Launching, going deep. Pickens, good coverage. He's got it! Oh, how many great catches is he going to make today?
1st and 10 from their 23, and no timeouts. Nix, long, down the middle, and caught it at the 48-yard line and grabbed by Mims.
And that group that Houston played on Monday night, Jaron Reed, Leonard Williams, the edge rushers that they have in Seattle, that's a tough front.
Here's Stroud looking deep. He's got Noel out there, drops it in to Jalen Noel inside the San Francisco 25.
Getting better and better, so it's really difficult for a defense to hone in on where he's going to be.
Flacco, a little bit of movement, puts an air under it, deep down the field. Higgins wide open for the touchdown.
You know, I mean, the run game, the play action stuff, the drop back stuff at the line, execution, good eyes. He's doing a good job.
John, thanks.
Thanks, Evan.
He has a moving pocket. Snoop throws a deep ball and makes the connection with Bateman. Oh, and nearly lost the ball on the spin. And he's tackled at the 30-yard line.
May's longest run, 28 yards. He's throwing for the end zone, and back there the catch is made. Kayshon Boutte has 6. Here's Hurts, blitz coming. Hurts sees it, loading up, going for a deep ball. It is caught! Jahan Dotson! Oh, touchdown Eagles!
First accepted penalty against the Colts today. Jones looking deep. Pierce is down there. Alec Pierce got it!
This is game 2, and they lead starting the 4th as Nix gets hit for the first time in this game. Throws it. Sutton has it. Was he touched? I believe he was.
It's the only thing I regret is not bringing a championship in the Super Bowl to Dallas.
Here's a 2nd and 10. As the ball's headed to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Tolbert.
Wow.
How about that throw?
What a throw. And what a catch.
35 yards.
Packers nosing around. Rodgers playing the game at the line. Scrambling, firing downfield for Roman Wilson. Got it inbounds. Inside the 30 at the 28. Biggest play in the career of the former Michigan Wolverine. Love with a hand signal. The pressure comes. It's picked up. Love to space. Downfield for Watson. He's got it. Christian Watson, welcome back. He's got it at the 7.
Here's McCarthy. Pressure coming. Zips one downfield. It is caught. Addison came back to get it.
That's the first incompletion for Love today. So they get a 3rd and 12 here. He's going to do it again. Deep shot. That ball is pulled in. Christian Watson taking the top off.
Bears are just playing their regular defense, but trying to disguise their looks.
Only about 5 yards away from McPherson's field goal range. Flacco puts a man under it far side. Higgins, just crazy catch for the Cincinnati touchdown.
Penix trying a deep shot, looking for London. Flag is down. London makes the catch. Going over Christian Gonzalez.
Nakua in motion from the 49. Stafford fires downfield. It is caught. Touchdown. Puka Nakua.
You know Kelsey will find a way to get open.
That went for 20. Now going for the deep ball. He's open. It's Hollywood. And they don't give him the touchdown. They say he's a foot out.
Leading rusher despite his low output last week against Pittsburgh's tough defense. Now Jones takes a shot into double coverage. End zone. Warren, the rookie. Beg your pardon, it's Pierce leaping for the touchdown.
Walking encyclopedia.
2nd down and 11 for Miami. Tua looking deep, taking a deep shot. He's got Waddle down there. Touchdown! No! Yes, it's a touchdown, but a flag is down as well. So a couple of things to sort out. What a toss by Tua.
That's Brandon Cooks to the top in the slot. Pressure coming. Chuck has a moment. Goes deep down the sideline. And the catch is made. And taking it in is Chris Olave for a Saints touchdown. He left the defender in smoke.
Going to go deep again. He's got a man open. And it's caught in stride by Hollins. Tackled at the 5-yard line. May has shown all year he's one of the great deep ball throwers in the league.
Walker the back, opening drive, 1st and 10. They began back at the 35. The fake to Walker, who offers a block. And then going deep and looking inside the caught. Smith and Chippa with the grab. What a catch. 43-yard touchdown strike. Working on Thompson.
Second down and 9. Mariota fires downfield, and it is caught. Jalen Wayne. Right, he started to rattle off about 10 different family members who have served and still serve in the military. Mariota rolling right, and then he throws out. It's caught. Ertz for a Commander's first down across midfield.
He had 43 yards all night. He gets 41 there, the longest play of the game on either side. Shoulder pump fake, end zone. It is caught for the touchdown, Devontae Smith.
Robinson falls off the play action. Penix down the middle. Drake London. His first grab, he was dealing with a sickness and a back issue.
Disciplinary issue that he reportedly missed a meeting on Friday, and the decision was made to not have him activated today. Allen on 3rd and 3.
Only a 3-man rush from the Bucs.
Allen buys time. He's going to toss it downfield. Open man. Caught by Shavers. Touchdown, Bills! That's old-fashioned Josh Allen football.
But he is a guy that you really want on the field, especially in 3rd and long. Herbert protected. Herbert puts him there under it, and it is caught. Boy, that's a Hall of Fame catch.
Tremble in the backfield along with Dowdle on a first down from the 36. Clean pocket for Young. Another deep shot down the left side. He drops it in for Lee Gett. Brilliant throw from Bryce Young.
Another 3rd and long for Green Bay. 5th body coming for the Giants' pressure. Love with time. Waving receivers around. Off the back foot, he launches it downfield, and it's caught by Savion Williams. The rookie comes up huge on 3rd and long. Ward throws deep, and it's caught inside the 10. Okonkwo, the tight end. San Francisco bringing just 4. Brissett hit as he throws, looking for Wilson on the sideline. What an adjustment, and what a catch by Michael Wilson.
Low snap, and Mahomes going to launch it long, one-on-one coverage, and Thornton makes the catch. Gets to his feet, McMillan then slings him down at the 10. They may have marked him down where he caught the ball originally.
You don't want to wait too long, though. You got Mahomes on the other side. They did it on the last drive, got in rhythm, get in and out of the huddle, stay aggressive.
Still has it. He's going to go down the field. He's got his man, Bryant, and Cook is able to wrap him up. Pat Bryant, the rookie, having his finest performance.
Have just dominated tonight.
Brock Yassin out for a play. Nick Whiteside is the corner. Hurts out of his own end zone. Throws on the run. Got him. Dotson held on at the 38 and a hit on Branch.
As a fullback in the backfield.
3rd down and 2 on the toss. Singletary back to Winston. And now Winston fires downfield into the end zone. Touchdown, Wan'Dale Robinson.
I mean, he's on this Seahawks team. Not a lot of stats this year, but really a great asset that they've brought in.
Darnold with time going up top for Jackson Smith, and Jigba drops it in the bucket, and he will backpedal for a touchdown. What a throw. What a catch. 6 on the board from 63 out.
And clean up some of our pre-snap issues.
Yeah, 0 for 2 in the red zone. Now 1 for 6 the last game and a half for Seattle. Darnold on first down. Flushed, finds Smith and Jigba. Another big play. Jackson Smith and Jigba still on his feet and finally out of bounds at the 20-yard line of Tennessee.
Finally got into some rhythm. He said it was important to get a first down, so here 3rd and long to start this thing off. Ramondre Stevens in the back, 3rd and 11. May going deep, and he's got a great deep arm. Caught! 45 touchdown attempt right there as they're going for Douglas. He gets the first down. Demario Douglas with a big-time catch.
Lamar, play action. He's looking deep. Walker is down there, and he makes a sliding catch. Devontae Walker with just his 4th grab of the season.
All of their corners are lined up, man coverage on the receivers.
5.5 remaining. 3rd down and 17. Winston stays on his feet, directing traffic. Now he throws, and it's caught. Wow! Theo Johnson on 3rd down and 17.
Needs 7 for a first down.
Super early, but you got to be all over everything.
It's a blitz. Stepping up and heaving it, and Worthy makes the catch. And they're in field goal range.
2 guys in the A-gap.
They're down at 8. Here comes the pressure. Running away from it is Sanders. He's looking long. He's got a man. Caught at the 10-yard line. Bonds. He's down to the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Browns. He beat Darnay Holmes for 53 yards.
Men.
Force Aaron throws.
you got to do when you play this much zone defense.
Eagles need to get to the 40. Hurts loading up, going deep. Devontae Smith comes back and gets it. Oh, Devontae Smith on a beautiful throw. Eagles show blitz, movement. I don't see a flag. Third down, Prescott going to launch it, going deep. CeeDee Lamb makes the catch. Multiple flags, too, so let's see what the call is.
Longest play of the game right there, 33 yards, takes him into New Orleans territory. Fake to Robinson. Cousins wants to take a shot. It's Mooney. It is caught. It's a touchdown. Shades of 2024 as Cousins finds Mooney for the touchdown. 49 yards.
Prescott has some time, loading up, going deep, Pickens. He's got it. Oh, come on. Love loads up, going deep. Christian Watson down there. He's got it. Touchdown, Packers.
At the 10-yard line.
But the only thing people will remember is from here on out.
Prescott going deep. He's got a man waiting for it. It's Lamb hauling it in at the Kansas City 40. He can do this. 3rd and 6. Quinnen Williams tripped him up, but he's still going and heaving it down the field. Wide open is Worthy. Unbelievable play by Mahomes.
Burrow, time, deep shot for Chase. Got it! With the coverage from Humphrey. At the last minute, space for Chase.
Look, he looks as fresh as he's ever been.
2nd down and 10. Stafford takes a shot for Smith with speed. He's got him. Big play, Xavier Smith.
And dealing with it in cold weather can't feel good.
One timeout, 1st and 10, going deep into the wind and looking for Kittle. Broken up on the play. Hickman.
Oh, they're calling the catch.
They're going to call the catch.
And then ripped out at the end.
Right now, a 7-point game, 6 minutes to go in the 3rd. Jones steps up. Jones downfield. Over the shoulder, Josh Downs. Wow. Texans believe he was out of bounds.
Sticks defense lined up right across where the first down marker is.
5 in the pattern. Nix has some time. Going to take a shot. He's got an opening. And it's caught for the first down by Sutton. He's finally touched down there at the 29-yard line. Mariota again. Shot downfield again. Deebo Samuel is down just shy. He's at the 1. Deebo Samuel takes it to the 1-yard line.
How much progress he's made.
Patriots in field goal range at the moment. Here's one downfield and caught for the touchdown. Kyle Williams.
Ali is the running back. Rasheen Ali saw a lot of action against Cincinnati as they were playing catch-up. Lamar going deep. He's got Flowers open, and he makes the catch. Inbounds, they say. What a play by Zay Flowers. Rodgers excited to have him here.
Yep.
And he's going deep. They have not had a deep ball in a month. And Metcalf makes the catch. They did not have a pass 20 yards downfield in the air complete the entire month of November.
Yeah, look at the wheels. Lawrence going to take a shot downfield, and it's hauled in. What a grab by Thomas. Stride for stride, Ward was there. Lawrence is 0 of 4 in the 2nd quarter as the rain picked up. Lawrence steps up. He throws. Deep shot. He's got his man. Tim Patrick. 1st down, Jacksonville.
But the owner realizes it was, as in his words, that trade, a big swing and a miss. That just hadn't worked out. Sanders fires and catch made across midfield. Harold Fannin with the grab.
What's that like to be a gunner in the NFL?
Jackson running down the line, looking long, flinging it. He's got him. He's got Flowers, gets on his feet at the 35. And the Steelers defense holds on to him.
Matthew Golden checks in at wide receiver. He's missed the last 3 games. The speedy rookie, Love, loading up, going deep, down the field, has a man, it's caught! Touchdown, Bo Melton and the Pack!
Begins with the mark at the 33 and Nick Chubb, the running back. Take by Stroud, looking for something deep, and downfield he goes! Nico Collins goes up to get it at the 21-yard line. Mahomes just 58 passing yards in the first half. Looking for space to load up. Send it downfield towards Hollywood Brown at the 20-yard line. 36 on the completion.
Mayfield now 11-21 for 173 off the fake. Going deep downfield for Evans. He's got it. He and Bryant against each other. It's almost a no contest situation.
Welcome back. Long touchdown drive to start the day. Play action pass to begin this drive, and a deep shot. Smith, perfect throw from Hurts. 43 yards, a thing of beauty.
Quinshon Judkins to get out there. Maybe that timing got disrupted a little bit.
3rd and 10. Sanders looking deep. He's got Bond out there. Drops it in. First down, Cleveland at the Chicago 33.
A 3rd down. Lawrence rolling the pocket. Just throws it up for grabs, and it's caught inside the 20-yard line. Parker Washington somehow got open. I don't know how.
Minimal wind, as we talked about. You just saw Dicker warming up. The running back is Vidal. And Herbert to the air. Here comes Jones, and the pass caught. Harris caught the ball at the 25 of the Chiefs. He is down.
But it can't be this easy to just run first down play action and get 10-plus yards.
And particularly after last week when the Dolphins were able to do it so much with their tight ends. Off the play fake, Lawrence rolls the pocket. Pressure coming from the backside. Looking long. Pass is complete inside the 25-yard line to Brian Thomas.
On 2nd and 8, Bears bring pressure. Sanders throwing, looking for Bond. Over the middle, drops it in. The speedy Bond is there to the Bears 25.
They need to get to the 42. From the gun, deep drop. Allen hooks a pass, and it's a battle with a flag down. Shakir and Marcus Jones. Jones comes away with it.
Want to get Terry McLaurin involved some more in this offense.
First down and 20.
Got him.
There's McLaurin. Inside the 10. Stays on his feet. Into the end zone for a Commanders touchdown. 51 yards. Mariota to McLaurin. Former Jet, Seahawk. His father George was a running back for the Giants. As Dart finds his man downfield, it's Theo Johnson.
Empty set for Ward. He's got time, got a man downfield. It's caught by Helm, who fumbled the ball momentarily, but seemingly held on and broke the plane for a touchdown.
On the play fake now. Stafford with time, loading up, going deep down the field. Puka Nacua. He's got it! In stride and a beauty.
2nd and 2 inside 4 minutes, first half. Nix, wide open is Sutton. Sutton holds on to it with 2 hands down to the 22-yard line. That is a pass play for 42 yards.
Goff going for it all. Jameson Williams, he's got it! Touchdown, Lions!
We know better.
We know way better, KB.
Stafford, 17 seconds. Loaded up. Going deep. Has Nakua. He's got it. Down to the 20. Oh, my goodness. Another big play.
Kool-Aid McKinstry trying to talk to his back line of the defense as the snap came. This is a ball way downfield, and there for Lee Gett, who gets up and runs. It's a first down and more.
It would have been fourth down had it been ruled an incompletion, and it likely would have been a punt. Instead, because of the fumble, Cam Ward gets the ball at the plus 45 and takes a deep shot downfield, and it is held on to by Van Jefferson at the 1.
Fullback C.J. Ham in the lineup for the Vikings on 3rd and 8. As McCarthy drifts, fires it downfield, breaking open is Addison. Jordan Addison to the 3-yard line. 59 on the gain. McCarthy, a big shot to Addison.
Goes 5 wide. Stafford. Deep downfield as a man open makes the catch. Xavier Smith. What a time for his first grab tonight.
First down and 10. He'll look to throw it on first down. He's looking long. He wants McLaurin. He's got him. Terry McLaurin against Adoree Jackson for 42 yards.
On the fake, Williams looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it all. It is caught. Bears win it. DJ Moore.
And now Joe Burrow and company begin at their own 9. Dolphins going to bring 4. Burrow step out of his own end zone, taking a shot near side. Higgins. Boy, all that athleticism.
Second and short. Prescott takes a deep shot down the sideline. It is Pickens picking it for the touchdown. Five guys on the line, right? Yep. There it is. Herbert off the play fake, stepping up, climbing the pocket, taking a shot. Johnston. He held on. He is inbounds for the catch down inside the 25 of Dallas. And the former TCU Horned Frog picks up 50.
Right in position today.
Pollard back there now. 2nd down 8. They bring everybody. Here comes Tranquil. Here comes Hicks. And he's belted as he throws. And caught DK right in front of Fulton. Was he in? They say he was.
But I would agree with Chase Brown. I think it's a whole lot to do with nothing, and we're going to see a great version of Joe Burrow next season.
Burrow fires down the field. Boy, they had to come back for it. It was Chase.
Does Mayfield have time to throw? He does, and oh yes, Emeka Egbuka has it.
Jasper Jones, Justin Mater, they were making cookies with the kids this past week here in New Orleans. Shuck looking for it all to the end zone. Olave! Excuse me, that's Taysom Hill. What a day by Taysom Hill. 38 yards.
Takes out the opportunity to spread out the field.
3rd down, Brissett. He loads up to launch. Down the sideline, into coverage, and incomplete. Kobe Bryant on the coverage of Wilson. It was close. Wilson couldn't reel it in, but the rookie out of Kansas was stuck to him.
Oh, you got one-on-one outside linebacker on Gainwell.
Rodgers off his back foot, throws it down the way, and a flag's coming out on Anzalone. And look at Gainwell. Gainwell thinks he has a touchdown.
On 1st down off the play fake. Nix sets up, and he's looking deep. Wants Franklin. Drops it in. Franklin with a catch. 1st and goal, Denver at the Jaguar 9.
Stevenson gets a break to Ernest Johnson, 7th-year veteran, former Raven, in the lineup. May taking a deep shot. Downfield towards Williams. He brought it in. That's a touchdown. That is Kyle Williams. His 3rd of the year. Tremendous over-the-shoulder catch. Game on in Baltimore.
This is where Washington turns to Von Miller. 3rd down, looking for pressure. Dallas goes empty. Prescott, step, throw, flag down, and caught in stride.
Right
Turpin, the speed. He's gone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Stroud trying to get it through the air. He goes deep for Higgins. Caught. Higgins. Touchdown, Texans, 75 yards. What a play, Kurt Warner, up top to start it. Nick Chubb now in the game. Fake to him. Stroud over the middle. And he's got another open receiver for a touchdown. It's Noel on Christmas. 43 yards. The Texans have come out on fire. Herbert goes deep for Johnston. He has him. Johnston. Big time play for the Chargers, down to the Texans 14.
Who has been dealing with his own injuries on the second half of the season. Willis will throw on 1st down and loft one towards the sideline. It is caught. Romeo Doubs got a step on Wiggins and brought it home. Only 26 sacks coming into the game. They won't bring many here. Loft it, open with a step. It's Melton. He vacuums it in for a big gain down the sideline. 34 yards.
Ward looking deep down the field for DK. He's got him. DK to the 20-yard line, a gain of 38.
3rd down. Burrow looking for Higgins on the sideline. He's open and he drops it in beautifully in Arizona territory and out of bounds at the 42.
A lot of substitutions just took place there. Roy Ellison, the umpire, stepping in to allow them to finish.
Ward scrambling, throwing deep on the run, looking for Kinsey. Kinsey's got it! Mason Kinsey, his 2nd catch of the year.
Time machine? I mean, you're running out of options. 3rd and 6. They bring extra pressure. It's picked up. Burrow steps up. Throwing on the run. Open on the sideline. It's Mike Gesicki with a 1st down.
That you just normally take for granted. You can't do that today.
On the play fake. Allen has some time. Lets it fly. Going deep. Has a man. It is caught. Brandon Cooks on a bomb. Blitz is coming. Allen has it blocked up. Now gets hit as he throws. Taking a shot deep. It is.
Oh my God.
Caught! Tyrell Shavers held on. 4-man rush this time. Allen thinking deep, launching deep, taking a shot. It is held on to it, caught. Brandon Cooks.
So to the 35-yard line it goes. And a 1st down for the Bears. And Williams to the air one more time, sending it downfield to the end zone for Burden. He's got it. Touchdown, Chicago. Luther Burden just told you about his ability. Behind the secondary, and Williams hits him. Theo Benedette, the extra offensive lineman, moved. Free play for Williams as the flag is down, so Caleb looking to launch, does towards the end zone, touchdown, Colston Loveland. So it was a free play, Williams taking advantage of it, and if the flag is on the Niners, we're an extra point from a tie game.
Offside. Defense number 93. Our penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Anyone who has back injuries, they can't imagine playing professional football for a living. You can only imagine what he goes through each week to be prepared.
Here's Mumfield on the quick catch. And we'll see where they put it down. It is very close to first down yardage. Konate Mumfield.
Play clock at 2. Pressure does come. Young backpedals. Heaves downfield. It's McMillan wide open behind the defense. Grabs it to the 7-yard line. Had to have it, and they got it.
They had success with this last time against the Colts, so they're going right back to it on the first third down.
Third down, Leonard. He's going to unleash a long one. Alec Pierce is there for the touchdown. Leonard is on time with a bomb to Pierce for 66 yards. Not a bad way to start your NFL career, Riley Leonard. So, new set of downs for the Colts. Taylor has just 10 yards on the ground. Leonard steps up. Leonard, another deep one. Separation, caught by Pierce, and he's brought down inside the 5.
Drake London in motion, bottom of your screen. Fake Cousins is looking for London, and he's got it. Reached over the defensive back to haul it in, and Quincy Riley.
Chase Blackburn, their special teams coordinator, onto their interim.
Ben Kalwika to bottom for Blackburn. Wilson wide open. Touchdown.
Only need a field goal to take the lead. Bouchel wants deep. Brown hauls it in. Hollywood Brown at the 25.
3rd and 4. Steelers bring 4. Highsmith is there. Jackson got away. Now reloads and throws to Flowers downfield. He's got it for a touchdown. They had Jackson. 2 Steelers. He escaped and finds Flowers, and the Ravens take the lead.
Again, the longest ever at the Raiders, 68 yards. Is Lawrence. Pulling it down. Yes! Do it. Oh, what a catch by Washington.
They got to get up there and
get down. They're not going to make it.
I don't think they can. Josh Allen will have the ball in his hands on every play.
Coming after him. Gets rid of it deep. He's open. And Cooks has it. Cooks was left alone in the secondary. And he's got 37 yards as we start heading to the 2-minute warning.
Stroud steps up, floats it. Looking downfield, and a diving grab by Kirk. Christian Kirk with a brilliant catch.
Jake Andrews, he snaps it without being told it was time.
Stroud able to step into it, and looking downfield, he's got Kirk. Anderson coming off the edge. May steps into it, takes a shot downfield, and caught for the touchdown, Kayshon Boutte. Wow.
Patriots rushing 4, and he's going deep. He's got a man open, by the way, and he's got it at the 10-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Stidham goes deep and is able to deliver a 54-yard strike.
Going to be a story of today.
3rd and 5. Darnold back, going to float one deep, has a man, Shaheed! He's got it! Foot race, and he's tripped up. A bomb to Rashid Shaheed, and that's a heck of a start.
They're going to feel like they have to go 150 yards for a touchdown, not the normal length of the field.
Play action, pressure. Stafford going to take shot deep. Nakua's open. He's got it! Stafford to Nakua on a big connection down to the 26. Pressure. Darnold launching deep. Going down there. It's caught! And hanging on is Smith-Njigba. Now we'll see if they can make him pay. Stafford loading up, going deep. Nakua's open. He has got it. Touchdown.
Gain of 24, trying to find some tempo, trying to take a shot play. Downfield for Hollins, he's got it! Touchdown, New England!
So a scramble and 2 made dimes.